Okay, folks, this is just a video to show you the Phet activity if you can't get onto it because of the devices that you currently have. So over here on this left hand side you will see a scale. The scale goes from 0 to 14, and you will see that here 7 is highlighted. We've already talked about neutral. Something that has a pH of 7 is what's called neutral. Now pH, if you notice the way it's written, it is written with a small letter P and a big letter H. The small letter P stands for potential and its big H stands for hydrogen. And as hydrogen is an element in our periodic table, it's always written with a capital letter. So it's the potential of hydrogen. We're not going to go into what that means. Come to me in Leaving Cert Chemistry and we'll figure that out. So what you will notice is if the pH number is below 7, it is an acid, and if the pH is above 7, it is a base or alkaline. So we're going to start with neutral. I'm going to fill my little container with water, like so. The volume doesn't really matter. We would be using universal indicator, and I'm going to talk about that in our lesson. But universal indicator would change color depending on what we're putting it into. This is like what's called a pH probe. So you essentially put a probe into your solution, and it gives you on a readout a value in which to do it. So here you can see that water, which is a neutral substance, has a pH of 7. So water is pretty much the only thing that is neutral, and that will have this pH of 7. And this is green for 7. Unfortunately, when we do acids and bases, they will also be green, but neutral. If you can think of neutral as being green with universal indicator, that will be really, really helpful to you. So we are going to start with things that we did the last day. So we'll go with hand soap, stuff that we would use at home to wash our hands, and you will see that here we knew it was a base, but now this has a pH number of 10. So it's an okay base. It's not going to obviously damage your skin, which is great, and leave it scarred. And when we compare it to drain cleaner, which is a very, very strong base. Okay, I wonder why we do this. Can you think what might be the pH number of a very, very strong base? Do you think it might be 14 or do you think it might be 8? Okay, so pH of a strong base is pH 13. So the further you are away from neutral, the stronger you are as a base. The further you are away from neutral, the stronger you are as an acid, down toward the zeros. So drain cleaner, if you were to put it on your hands, it will dissolve the fat in your skin and it will leave burn marks. It is a strong base. I don't advise doing it. So now we go to the other side, to things that are acidic. So we will look at orange juice. You may have had it for breakfast this morning. So do you think, what pH number do you think orange juice might come up with? Do you think it's down here, 0 and 1, or do you think it's up here, 3, 4, 5? Okay, so this is at the pH 3.5. It is, it's a weak acid. We drink it, it doesn't leave burn marks on our esophagus as it goes down or in our mouths. So that is a weak acid, so it has a pH number of 3.5. It's close to 7. If we have a look at battery acid, so when we did our acids the other day, it was sulfuric acid, found it in car batteries, an acid that I have in the lab. You will see that if we look at the pH of this, it's down at 1. So this is a ridiculously strong acid. If you got battery acid on your skin, it doesn't dissolve the fat this time, it literally just burns the skin and will leave burn marks on it. So again, I wouldn't advise doing that. Now if you've gotten a chance to play with the Phet activity, you might have tried the other weird and wonderful things in there, like milk, like chicken soup, like spit. Good times. For doing it with an animation rather than we've spat in our class before, so maybe we do. So spit, ever so slightly alkaline. Okay, ever so slightly basic. So very weak acid, very weak base, which is why if you, God forbid, spit on someone, you don't burn their skin. Okay, that's all for now. Have fun.